Now I have one question for you. What's happening in your neighborhood? Well, good morning. I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church, right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on what's happening in our neighborhood. And today I have three special guests. Let's bring them all in. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Well, good morning. First of all, let's get you guys to introduce yourself. Let's start with Rashawn.
Yes, good morning, all. I am Rashawn Weblock with the Sean Soldier Real Estate Team of American Real Estate here in Beaumont, Texas, servicing all of Southeast Texas for your real estate needs.
All right, then my second guest is Frances Thompson.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Frances Thompson. I'm a loan officer here in Beaumont, Texas for Town Square Mortgage, often known around town as your local lending queen. I am thrilled to be here, and I do service all of Texas.
Then we are with Brandon.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Brandon Powell. I'm with Goosehead Insurance. We're located here in Mid-County. I'm one of the partnering agents here at the agency. Been open for about 3 years or so, servicing your Southeast Texas insurance needs.
Okay, well, we're going to be talking about real estate today, and so I'm excited about it. So, Rashawn, is this a good time right now with all of this COVID-19 and this pandemic to sell or buy a home?
Actually, it is. That is a question that I get often during this time of the pandemic, and it actually is a pretty good time to buy. On the buyer side, especially, it's really advantageous with the rates being as low as they are right now. Of course, the rates do fluctuate, but they've been pretty consistently low since the pandemic began. There is an influx of inventory of homes on the market now. And so, yeah, it absolutely is a good time to buy.
Hey, Frances, how has this pandemic affected the mortgage industry?
Well, actually, to be honest, at the very beginning, with all the uncertainty, we were really worried, very concerned. A lot of lenders actually changed their overlays and prerequisites to qualify. We did have a few slight changes, but actually, to be honest, I've seen an influx in applications. I think, honestly, it has given people time to really sit back and think, especially those that have considered buying in the past. It gave them an opportunity to kind of sort out what needs to be done in order to start the process.
Hey, Brandon, when people are buying a home, one of the things that they need to look at is insurance. So talk to us about insuring our homes.
Yeah, sure. So, guys, whenever you're shopping for a home, what insurance companies are going to want to look for to insure the property? We're going to want to look at insurability. So, the biggest thing is, making sure that the home, there is no pre-existing conditions. That's a big no-no in the insurance world. So, take a look at that inspection that you get whenever you're looking at buying the house. Because what we're going to do as the insurance company, we're going to form our own inspection. We're going to go out and look at existing liabilities if they're there or not. And, if there are some things that need to be mitigated, what we're going to do, we're going to give you a little bit of time to fix it. So we can insure your property. So if you're seeing some major issues, you may want to look at reworking the deal, get with your real estate agent and see if that's an option, or try to get things fixed on the front end.
Hey, Rashawn, but where do I get started if I'm in the buying of a home? Where do I start?
Good question. I get that question quite often as well. Sometimes people have been thinking about the home buying process for quite some time, and they just don't know how or where to get started. And so my professional opinion is to contact a trusted real estate agent and let them guide you towards a preferred lender. Local lenders usually can work the deal a little bit more efficiently because they know our area, they know the market. Preferably a local lender, but let your real estate agent kind of guide you because they work with local preferred lenders that have, first-time home buyer incentives, or they know which lenders offer down payment assistance, things of that nature. But I mean, in a nutshell, you're starting with your real estate agent.
Okay, well, Frances, how does the credit score process work in the mortgage part of buying a home?
Well, actually, the credit score portion in buying a house is the essential key. That's the first thing that we're going to look at, and it's the determining factor for a lot of elements that happen during the process. So the first thing you would have to do is, of course, apply just like for any other line of credit And then the next thing will be the credit pull. We recently upped due to COVID. We've upped our qualifying score for an FHA loan to about a 620. 620 will qualify you for either FHA or a conventional mortgage.
Hey, Brandon, if a homeowner is selling their home, do they have to disclose any claim history on that home?
Well, so as far as the disclosure part, that's not quite my area of expertise. That may be a question for Rashawn, but I tell you what we can do is we run our own little claim check on the property. So what we'll do is we'll pull existing claims in the client's name, and then every so often we can get a claims record on the property. Majority of the times, claims are going to follow the client, not the home itself. As far as flood claims, a lot of people ask about that too. We can't give you specific details, but what we can tell you is if a home has hit the threshold of the FEMA's claims line, basically, if you have more than 2 claims in a 10-year period, then you're not going to qualify for your lower rates or your preferred rates with FEMA. So we can tell you if we hit that threshold, or also possibly get you some claims information in the properties past as well.
Hey, well, let me stick with Brandon for a second. Brandon, since we had Harvey and Imelda, how does that impact getting insurance?
Well, that's a good question, because what we ran into a lot of times, this is all based on flooding. So what we saw, people after Harvey saying, well, I didn't flood during Harvey, so I really don't need flood insurance. I should be all right. That's one of the worst storms that's ever come through. And so what we found after hearing that quite a bit was when Imelda hit, we saw people that were flooding during Imelda that didn't flood during Harvey. And so that just goes to show you that those 2 storms were totally different. They impacted multiple varieties of people. And so flood insurance, especially in our area, it's very crucial to have. And if you think that you didn't flood during Harvey and Imelda, there's a good chance that a different storm can come along and affect you and not the people who were affected the first 2.
Okay, Rashawn, I'm a new home buyer. Should I go get pre-approved before I start the process?
Yes, absolutely. The pre-approval process is pivotal in your home buying process. I get buyers all the time that will call me and say, hey, I really love this house, this listing, this address. When can we schedule to go take a look at it? And the first question is, well, are you pre-approved? How much are you pre-approved for? What type of financing are you pre-approved for? And if they're not pre-approved yet, then the answer to that is well, we need to get you pre-approved first, so that we can begin scheduling showings and start your home search.
Now, Rashawn, do you suggest any lenders, or do we have to go and find our own lenders?
I do. I do. I have a network of lenders that I do work with. Francis Thompson with with Town Square Mortgage is one of those preferred lenders. But I do have a small pool of local lenders that I do work with.
Okay, Francis. So how much money should I have saved up? I mean, look, I'm ready to buy. I got pre-approved, but how much money should I have saved in order to get the process going?
Well, it actually depends. I would have at least a $5,000, a good nest egg, depending on how much you're looking to buy for. But at least about $5,000 upwards to $7,000. Just saved in a little nest egg.
Oh, but that's not too much. I mean, I thought it was gonna be like 10-20% of whatever the value of the house is.
No, not quite that much. And honestly, it really just depends on a lot of thresholds. If you don't have enough, let's just work it from this angle. If you do not have enough in your savings account, I try to tell all my customers, and this is on a lower level, at least $2,000. Have something there in reserves, because a lot of times we're looking for reserves. Reserves are typically about 3 months of whatever your mortgage payment is. So as long as you have that, that gives us something to work with. Now, due to certain conditions or circumstances, because each client is different, that may be a different rule of thumb for you. So it really, really just depends on that client. It depends on their credit. There are some contingent factors there.
Hey, Rashawn, there are more things that people need to understand in the buying process, because it's not just the down payment. There are some other little costs that go along with purchasing a home.
Yes, absolutely. And so I try to explain that to home buyers at the beginning of the home buying process so that they know what costs to expect up front. You know, like you said, you want to have enough in reserves for your down payment and any additional closing costs. You know, once you find the home that you love and negotiate, you know, you and your real estate negotiate a sales price with the seller, you immediately you need to submit your earnest money deposit, which of course the title company holds until closing. Typically, the earnest money deposit is about 1% of the sales price. And so, if the house is, you know, $100,000 or $150,000, look to submit $1,000 or $1,500 earnest money deposit at the beginning of your contract. There's also what we call an option fee that can be, you know, normally about $100 for 10 days. You're essentially what you're doing is you're paying the seller to take their house off of the market for certain amount of days so that you can get the house inspected.
Is this a buyer's market or a seller's market?
It is still a seller's market right now. And so that's why I was saying, you know, right now it really is. We've had an influx of business. You know, we had, like Francis said earlier, we had a short pause when COVID first, you know, kicked off. I would say maybe the beginning of March. We had a short pause in business. And then about 2 weeks later, the floodgates just opened. And we got an influx of business with buyers and sellers. But it is still a seller's market, to answer your question. And so with that being said, you know, with a lot of my buyers, I have to explain to them when it's a seller's market, a lot of times we have to come in pretty competitively with our offer, because many times we're up against other offers. We're in multiple offer situations. So our offer needs to be pretty competitive if you really want this home.
Hey, what type of insurance I'm gonna need? Look, do I need fire? Do I need windstorm? What type of insurance will I need on this new house that I'm about to purchase?
So what you're going to need on your home, so your mortgage is going to require you to have hazard insurance and windstorm insurance. You know, depending on where you're at in our area, you know, flood insurance may be required as well. That's where we come into play. We can search your flood zone for you and let you know if your lender is going to require flood insurance or not. But normally, if you're in a lower risk zone for flood, what your mortgage is going to require you to have is your hazard insurance, which is your homeowners, you know, fire, theft, vandalism, falling objects, all that good stuff. And then also wind and hail coverage too. So for your hurricanes, your bad rainstorms, your wind damage and stuff like that. So that's what we're here for, is to guide you into, you know, getting the proper policies.
Okay, Brandon, what factors will impact my insurance rate, or is everybody insurance the same?
So definitely everybody is not the same. You know, there are 1,000 different things that are going to impact your rating for your insurance. You know, so not everybody is going to even be close, actually, in my opinion. So you're looking at credit. You know, so all of your personal reports, your credit score, your insurance history, your claims, past claims. That's all going to affect you on your personal reports. Then we also look at your home. So if you have a brand new construction, what we're going to do is you're going to be rated based on the probability of that home having a claim. So naturally, a brand new construction built in 2020 is going to get a better rate than a home built in 1962. So the property is also going to provide its own rates as well. So there are 1,000 different things, and no rates are ever going to be the same.
Hey, Francis, we're in this COVID-19 situation right now, this pandemic. Does my employment matter right now?
It definitely does. Employment always matters when it comes to mortgages. So the first thing you want to know, and you definitely want to be sure of, is your current status. Is your employer laying off? Are they looking to furlough employees? If they are, it's very significant that in the very beginning of your loan process, while you've thought about purchasing that house, that you let your lender know ahead of time. If you let them know ahead of time, then we will then be able to give you a remedy as to how to move forward during the loan process, because we do check for verification of employment at the very beginning, and now we've taken an even harder look towards the end just to make sure that nothing has changed from the beginning of the loan to the finish. It often takes about 30 to 45 days to close a loan in its entirety. So
Okay, but I'm in the midst of my purchase of my home, and I don't know what my company is going to do. So what do I do now?
well, at that point, we will move forward. If they have not brought any issues up to you as to, or you're seeing anything changing as far as your hours, or anything like that, as far as your pay that you were pre-approved on, I would say continue to transition forward, because in-house and in corporate, we will check with your human resources department. If you don't know, we will find out.
Okay. Hey, Rashawn, I think you brought a house for us to look at today. Is that correct?
I did. I brought this month's featured listing. It is 2704 Poydras Court in Nederland, Texas. This is a beautiful home. It is only 4 years old. It was built in 2016. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage home. It's situated on a corner lot, again in Nederland ISD. There's the picture there. As you can see, it sits on a corner lot, so that lot size is a little bit bigger than an average size lot. It's got a beautiful open concept, as you can see here. It's got a gas fireplace. It's got granite countertops. You can see here it's got stainless steel appliances, and yes, that refrigerator does stay. It's got a beautiful island countertop and breakfast bar in the kitchen with pendant lights that hang over it. Beautiful custom cabinet. In the master suite, there is a garden tub with a separate shower. And by the way, this master is very spacious. This is a split floor plan as well. And then the backyard, of course, like I said, you've got that corner lot, and it's got a wood privacy fence all the way around, fenced in backyard, perfect for entertaining or family entertainment or children playing outside. This is a beautiful home. It's listed for $355,000. Once again, 2704 Poydras Court, listed by myself with the Sean Soldert Real Estate Team. And if you would like to schedule a showing for this property, you can contact myself or one of my team members at 409-554-6599. Thank you. You can contact
6599.
myself or one of my team members. And if you'd like to get pre-approved for financing for this home, you can contact Miss with Town Square Mortgage.
All right. Hey, Francis, before we run out of time, is there any last words you would like to say?
Well, Pastor, if you're interested in purchasing that beautiful home, the closing costs are looking like about $14,200 on that, without there being any negotiation. So just FYI. But if you
Good job. Good job.
Absolutely.
Good job.
I think I like my house a little bit better than that one, but okay.
Well, guess what? If you need more information regarding that home or any other, just the approval process, please feel free to contact me. We are located over here off of Calder, 6525 Calder Avenue. We work around the clock, so just give me a shout. My contact number is 409-656-1692. I look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see how we can get you pre-approved for your next home.
All right. Hey, Brandon, any last words today?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say, take it from somebody who has tried to, shop for a home themselves without having that professional help. It gets to be a stressful period. And, that's why you need to lean on professionals such as these two lovely ladies and myself to get your mortgage and your contracts and your insurance done professionally. It takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. So do not hesitate to seek out help in the purchase of a home. You can contact me at my office. We're in Port Arthur. My phone number is 409-728-8845. That's my cell. Shoot me a text. Give me a call. Also, my email is right there and there at the bottom, brandon.powell@goosehead.com.
All right. And Rashawn, we're going to end up with you today. Any last words?
Just like I said, I'm here to service your real estate needs, buying, selling, residential land, give myself or my team members a call, 409-554-6599. You can also find us on Facebook and on Instagram. On Facebook, it is the Sean Sold It Real Estate Team, and you can also email us at teamseansoldit@gmail.com.
Hey, Sean, I see all the time. Sean sold it. Sean sold it.
Thank you.
I want to thank my guests for joining us today on what's happening in our neighborhood. Listen, again, if you need to get in contact with them, you get in contact with Sean and the team. Here's the number again. It's 409-554-6599. And I'm sure they can help you with any of your buying or selling needs. I mean, they can do both. So if you need any help, just give them a call. Again, that number is 409-554-6599. Hey, once again, I want to thank you for joining us on what's happening in our neighborhood, and we will see you next time. Now I have one question for you. What's happening in your neighborhood?